crime is impairing significantly people's right to live safely.
We just said that story about that guy. What do they call him? Crazy Bob, I think his nickname was.
Yeah.
Co-founder of Cash App and Square.
Yeah.
He leaves San Francisco because of how bad it's getting and moves to Miami. Goes back to SF for a business trip. 2:30 in the morning, murdered in the street.
Was
Crazy.
it in the morning? I thought it was the middle of the afternoon. Was it in the morning?
I thought it was 2:30
2
a.m.
a.m.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
It was in the evening. Yeah.
And you know what the scary thing is? He took two stabs to the chest, and then apparently there's surveillance footage showing him holding his chest, walking around begging for help. And he goes to a car and lifts his shirt up and begs for help before dropping dead.
He called 911 and was like begging for help.
You know what worries me about this is I'm wondering if he died because he punctured his lungs, and he didn't know how to protect himself from a chest sucking wound.
Yeah. How many people would?
I mean, I'm not going to pretend to be an EMT or anything, but it's not like you have plastic wrap or anything. But my understanding is you can just jam your fingers in it, create a vacuum to keep yourself breaing. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm just saying.
And you never know how you react in that scenario.
Well, I mean,
and I'm not making fun of your point, but what sort of insanity that we would talk seriously about having MASH training? Being living in an urban environment.
I'm from Chicago, so like when I was a kid, I was told what to do if someone's suffering a chest sucking wound, and they explained to us you take a piece of plastic wrap or any kind of plastic and you tape it down on 3 sides to create a vent. So when someone inhales, it actually closes the cavity and forces air out of the wound so they can keep breathing.
Yeah.
And then I don't know
it's
if
like a diaphragm of some type. Yeah.
I don't know if jamming your finger in the wound to create a seal would work as well, but to keep you alive temporarily, because when you puncture a lung, when you inhale, air doesn't actually move in or out, so you're not getting air and you don't know. It feels like you're breathing, but nothing's actually happening, and then you die. So I hope that's not the case. But anyway, I digress. This is what's happening in our cities. I doubt there will be any justice there. And my understanding is this guy was wealthy and powerful, right? He was a tech bro. He was a tech mogul guy. Founder of Square. Square's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
And Cash App.
Yeah, he knew.
Stabbed outside his like luxury apartment building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was in the middle of it wasn't like a tough area of San Francisco, was it? No.
I think all of San Francisco is a tough area now.
No.
Now it is, yeah.
It's crazy. And so there was another story. I don't know much about it, but I was talking about this the other day because I'm hanging out at the poker tables at Maryland Live Casino, and the guy to my left told me his buddy starts talking about politics. Someone mentions like money. Someone mentions the economy. He says, Joe Biden gets mad. And then he mentions a buddy of his in 2020 was driving with this girl in a pickup truck when they get surrounded by BLM who are banging on his car. So he hits the gas, runs some people over. They chase him down. He calls 911. He just got convicted of attempted murder. I don't know the full details of the story. I looked at the guy's name. There's no news coverage of this, and it got me thinking. We've seen stories like Daniel Perry's, where he's an Uber driver confused.
Right.
We saw that story out of Provo, Utah, where a guy's driving his truck. BLM runs up and just shoots the guy for no reason. Shoots a guy. I think he shot a guy in the arm. Might have been a woman. How many of those stories have also happened where there was no video footage, and so we've not heard anything? So when I looked up this story of this guy, what did I find? The media just says he ran over a bicyclist. That's it. There's nothing else. Because there's no footage showing Black Lives Matter and Antifa trying to kill him or his girlfriend.